Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Just before I start, I'm just going to say this is going to be a very short stream because unfortunately the builders are returning tomorrow, so they'll be here bright and early, probably about 7:30 in the morning. So yes, that's about what? Oh god, about 8 hours away, 9 hours, 10 hours, something like that. Anyway, so I shall be very, very quick. I'll just come on to say hello to everybody who's out there. Hello, hello. Hello, is there anybody out there? For me, I'm Mr. TB the Bear, TB the Bear. He's everyone's favourite bear. Ma. Ma. So, not a lot to talk about in terms of F1 because, of course, we're on the off week, but it returns. The madness returns next week in Las Vegas. Yes, Las Vegas. Oh, God. And already it's turning out to be a complete and utter disaster. Yes, yes. The Americans, once again, have decided to overblow it like they did in Miami with, was it LL Cool J? No, it was, who's that other bloke? Will.i.am. You remember that? Will.i.am. You remember when they all come up onto the stage like rock stars? You know, Hulkenberg was going, "Hey guys, I'm cool," and then Hamilton was just sort of meekly walking up as if he didn't want to cause a fuss. And do you remember that? Do you remember that? Yeah, that was great. We all loved that, didn't we? So yeah, apparently construction on the circuit is still ongoing and may not be ready until Wednesday. Might be finally finished on Wednesday, and of course the trucks start rolling in on Thursday. Yes, Thursday. Now it may even be sooner than that, of course, because they're coming by road and air freight and whatever. So it's basically whenever they get there. So they could be turning up on Wednesday as well, just as they're finishing the construction. Now, apparently, they right at the last minute decided to build another grandstand. Yes, another grandstand, but unfortunately, where they were going to place this grandstand was full of water. So they thought, no worries, we'll just drain all the water out. So that's what they've done. They've drained all the water out of this area that they've picked for this grandstand. They have now, I've seen pictures of it, they have now put the grandstand up. There's no seats yet. The floor's just been laid down, in fact, for the grandstand. So I have to say that. It has been laid down, but there's no seats yet. But the water's been drained, the construction is done, and hopefully it'll all be done by next Wednesday. I'm a little bit confused why they felt they needed an extra grandstand at this very late stage of the they've known since last October that there was going to be a Grand Prix, so I'm a little bit confused why they've left it so late indeed. But anyway, hello to someone. Hookster makes Dom lose the 2019 season 5 title. Okay, someone's changed their YouTube. Is TB replacing Dave for next season? Well, most likely, because a lot of people have commented on the fact that TB's a better driver than I am, especially during Russia in 2016, that memorable race when TB took the controls because I had to make an urgent phone call, unfortunately. Yes, or I received an urgent phone call which I had to answer. So just for those few seconds of that start of that race, I did hand the controls over to TB. And as everyone knows, it's gone down in legend now. The way he dealt with that car was just absolutely epic. I've never seen anything like it, and hats off to TB for his masterful control of the car during those very tense opening. I mean, it was just so unexpected. Literally just about to start the race, and I get this urgent phone call that I have to answer, and so I had to pass the controls over, and he was great. He was great. So yeah, he could well be driving next year in place of me. Will F1 Gaming, hello Will, welcome to the stream. He says, loving that channel name. Yes. Imitation Jeff says, I thought it was just the UK that was late at building things. Yeah, I thought that as well, but apparently not. Yes, the Americans, they need Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? No, we bloody can't. No. So yes, it's going to be all the way to the wire. And apparently, so I've been reading today as well, because I do a little bit of research for these streams, a little bit of research before I come on. But from what I've been reading today, a lot of the residents around the area are pretty pissed off because there's been construction going on for months now of, building the grandstands or whatever. It's been going on. There's been lots of noise, and a lot of the residents that live nearby, I mean, this is nothing to do with the pomp and the circumstance of the Las Vegas casinos. There are sort of, houses and stuff like that around that area as well. They're a little bit pissed off because the construction's been going on for a very long time now. Apparently, it's been months and months and months the construction's been going on. So there we go. So yeah, it looks like it could be going to the wire. They could be finishing basically just as the trucks and the big rigs are coming into the circuit on Thursday morning. They could just be finished in time, which is really taking it to the wire, has to be said. So yeah, there you go. That's the news from Las Vegas. We all know it's going to be brilliant, don't we? We know it's going to be brilliant. Yes, we do know it's going to be brilliant. Yes, just like Miami was with, as I said at the start, with what was his name? Will I Am. Will I Am. Yes, that that was quite possibly the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in the whole of my life, and I make the cringiest videos ever. So yeah, that's quite a statement. Quite a statement. Anyway, before I move on, let's just get off the building thing before I continue. Yes, so I heard on Monday that the builders were going to be back this Friday. So unfortunately, there will be disruption to videos once again, possibly for the next 2 weeks, starting from Monday. Thankfully, because I heard about this on Monday, I've been rushing through the all seasons. That's done, uploaded to YouTube, ready to go on Sunday. So this Sunday's all seasons won't be affected. That's already been done and made, so that's good. After Monday, though, unfortunately, no idea again will be. Fortunately, because the builders are outside, I will still be able to make some videos. I just can't do the commentary because it's just they just make too much noise. So we'll play it by ear and see what happens. Now, to all those people who have been moaning about my backdrop, namely Matt, yes, look at this. Let me get out of the way. Ta-da! Ta-da! Now I'm still in the way. Let me go. There you go. Ta-da! Look, I have fixed my backdrop. I've tidied it. Look, we've got Baby Yoda on the top. Couple of Game Boys, PS2, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, original grey PlayStation, of course. And there we go. So I'm sure you agree, it looks a lot more tidier than it was. So yes, thanks to everyone that moaned like hell about my backdrop. It was very untidy, but unfortunately I had a lot going on with the builders and what have you. But the other day I was sitting in here doing some tidying up, and I thought, let's sort this out before everyone starts complaining again. So there you go, my backdrop. Oh dear. Will says the Las Vegas Grand Prix was announced in March 2022. There you go, March 2022. And they're not going to be finished until just before the trucks and the cars arrive. That's ludicrous, ludicrous. Imitation Jeff says Miami 2.0 with the residents then. Yep, pretty much, yep. I've just been reading today lots of complaints from residents, people that live near to there, because a lot of people think it's just a complete, sort of, it's full of casinos. It is full of casinos, yeah, but there are, sort of residential areas around the sort of outside as well. And of course, construction, when you start making a noise in construction, if you've got those cranes going on and everything else, that can make a noise for miles. Once that bloke starts banging with his hammer, mate, he can make that noise travel for about 4 or 5 miles. So yeah, it can be quite an annoyance for residents if they live fairly close to where the construction is going on. Do you think Fernando Alonso has another world championship in him? I do. I do think Fernando Alonso has another world championship in him. Unfortunately, the only problem is his car isn't good enough. It's very good, or should I say in the last Grand Prix it was good. Now, I've heard a lot of people on Twitter saying, look, will you stop saying, that Fernando's back based on just one race? Because, and that's true, There's nothing to say that he's going to be as good as he was in the last Grand Prix in Las Vegas. But yes, Fernando Alonso definitely has the potential to win another world championship. But unfortunately, to do that, he would need to be in a Red Bull. And there's no question about that. He would need to be in a Red Bull to win another world championship. There's no way he's going to win it in an Aston Martin. So he'd need to be in it to do that. And unfortunately, I can never see Fernando Alonso in a Red Bull, despite how good he is at his age. Red Bull are never going to take on Fernando, not even on a year deal, I shouldn't think. So yeah, unfortunately, unless he's in a Red Bull, he's not going to win it. So no, he's not. But has he got it in him? Yes, I do believe he has. He's one of those rare drivers who I think, because people say, or the opticians say, that you start to lose your peripheral vision at about 37 years old, which means that you can't see to the side of you like that as well as you could when you were in your 20s. Like when you're in your 20s, you've got I can't go past the camera, but you can go right the way out, and that's your peripheral vision. how much you can see. And as you get older, that peripheral vision closes up. Now, this is a vast exaggeration because I'm trying to keep my pen in camera shot, but yeah, so as you get older, your peripheral vision starts to close up, and over the years it closes up like, this is exaggerated, very exaggerated. Okay, no one can only see 2 inches either side, but you can get my point. But yeah, so it starts to close up and close up and close up. And unfortunately, that's what happens with Formula One drivers. And that's usually when they have to sort of retire because the old peripheral vision is not as good as it once was. And eventually, you know, you get, this is a terrible exaggeration, but yeah, eventually you get to this situation where you can't see much more than the side of your face, which is, no, that doesn't happen. But you get my point. So yeah, but it seems that Fernando hasn't suffered from that. I mean, I've seen Fernando when he's not in the F1 car, he doesn't even wear glasses, I don't think, does he? I've never seen him wearing glasses. He may have like reading glasses, but actual seeing glasses, I don't think he even does that. So his peripheral vision has held out, which is great news. And it does happen to some people. Their peripheral vision can hold on well into their 40s, and then it starts to slowly disappear during their 50s. So yeah, that's what it looks like for Fernando. So yeah, he's definitely got the potential for another world championship, but unfortunately it's never going to happen in Aston Martin unless some kind of revolution happens to that car next year and it ends up completely dominating, which I can't see, to be honest. I can see it being strong again next year, but I can't see it being completely dominating. So yeah, he's got the potential, but unfortunately he needs the car to fulfill that potential, and the only way he can do that, as I say, is in a Red Bull. Invitation Jeff says, plus outside the casinos, Las Vegas is actually an incredibly deprived area. Yes, I expect it is. A little bit like, I've probably mentioned this before, but I have been to America. I was in America in 1994, and I was in Anaheim. I stayed at Anaheim because I went to Disneyland. Not Disney World, Disneyland, yes, which is the original Disney in Anaheim, because it was their 50th anniversary, and it was a great experience. But anyway, getting off that, I also went to Hollywood, and Hollywood is an amazing place. I mean, you go into the middle of Hollywood, and it's just it's mind-boggling. It really is. It really is mind-boggling. But as soon as you reach the outskirts of Hollywood, it's basically like the Indians surrounding the cowboys. That's exactly what it is. Because as soon as you get to the outskirts of Hollywood, the deprivation is absolutely epic. I mean, I was on like a tour bus, and of course the tour bus isn't going to take you to the deprived areas. But unfortunately, to get into Hollywood, you have to go through some of these deprived areas, and the deprivation is just, and also gangs as well. Gangs are very, very prevalent on the outside of Hollywood. It's like a fortress without walls. It is really, because you know, outside there's all this going on, yet inside it's serene, it's beautiful. You know, the streets are basically paved with gold. Well, not really, but it looks like it is, because they're clean. Those streets, I've never seen a street in England look as clean as the inside of Hollywood. Because I went to the walk of shame, or whatever you call it, the walk of fame. You know, with the logos on the floor, the people's names on the floor, and it was just immaculate. But I say, you literally walk a mile outside of that little bubble of the inside of Hollywood, and you're in the hugest parts of deprivation in America that you've probably ever seen. It's horrible, and you've got like failed actors and you've got failed actresses actually on the streets in tents. That wouldn't please Suella Braverman, would it? No. She'd say, well, that's a lifestyle choice. Yes. There's a little story about a Star Trek actress who unfortunately ended up in a tent in Hollywood, because I won't go into it, but she was actually a victim of the casting couch back in the 60s when, yes, that sort of thing used to go on. And I won't go into details, but you know what I'm talking about. And she was actually sacked from Star Trek because she complained that one of the producers had, let's put it nicely, molested her. And so she was sacked from Star Trek, and her life took a very sharp downward spiral because she couldn't get any work, because no one would touch her, because once you start accusing producers, the word gets around. Hollywood is like a complete mafia organisation. It really is. Word gets around. She couldn't get any work, and she ended up on the streets, living on the outskirts of Hollywood for years and years and years. Very, very sad story. But she did bounce back from that, which is good. But yeah, so Hollywood is a very strange place. A very strange place indeed. If you've ever visited there, it's just weird. Very weird. Real F1 Game says they were still doing building work in Jeddah 2021, the Wednesday of the week of the Grand Prix. Yes, they were. Yes. Nice. Probably so it wasn't bombed during the weekend. Yes, they generally didn't finish it until then. Hookster has the ego of Alonso, but the talent of Lance Stroll. Not a lot you can say about that, really, is there? Not a lot you can say about that. In fact, I should write that down and pin that to my back wall up there, shouldn't I? Put it up there. Hookster has the ego of Alonso, but the talent of Lance Stroll. Hey, didn't Lance do well? Fifth place. Where did that come from? No, I don't even Lance Stroll was surprised. He was like, I actually can drive these cars. What's going on? But yeah, well done to Lance Stroll. Fifth place. Everyone said that's just a fluke, though. If you're back to normal in Las Vegas, and I expect he will be. I mean, Las Vegas, we all know before they even got off the lights, it's going to be an absolute cluster, isn't it, really? Oh, my God. I can't wait because I want to see it, but I don't want to see it at the same time, if you know what I mean, because I just know exactly what it's going to be like. As Imitation Jeff says, it's going to be Miami 2.0, and it is. Unfortunately, but there you go. They just did it the next year instead. There are problems with the garages and leaks or something. Yes, during the weekend. Get TB to help the builders. Yes, TB. He did all my tiling. Didn't you, TB? Yes, did all the tiling. He's a good little bear. He's a good little worker. Yeah, he's good. Despite his age, he's 83 years old now. 83. Don't panic, everyone. In bear years, that's like 17, 83, yeah, 17. So he's all right. He's good for ages yet. Yeah, he's got another 80 odd years left in him before he's even an old man, aren't you, TB? Yes. Bears live a very long time, very long time. Yes. But TB's good at tiling, so he should get up there to Las Vegas and help sort out their construction. Will says Alonso, second best driver of 2023. I agree with you. Hello, Plano Plessy. Welcome to the stream. He says the Las Vegas track looks like an upside down pig and Tokyo R246 from Gran Turismo. I agree with you. It looks like a horrible circuit. Of course, I have driven it on F1 23 like everybody who's got the game has. And I don't like it. I hate that horrible, very sharp left. You all probably know what I'm on about. That very sharp left. It seems, I don't know. And then there's that chicane where you can't really decide where to position the car on the track. You're like, do I go left? Do I go right? I'm not quite sure. Now, we're just amateur drivers playing an F1 game. What do we know? Next week, the professional drivers, the F1 drivers, will be on track, and they will show us all professionally how to do it properly. Apart from Lance Stroll, I'm sure they will. But for us, it was very. For me, in fact, it was very difficult. Very difficult, I think, to get around that track. And the track just. It's boring. It's one of those boring circuits which has no. What can I say? Well, it's got no heritage for a start because it's a brand new circuit. It's got no history. It's not like a Monza or something like that, or Silverstone, something that's been on the calendar since 1950. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. So it's got none of that heritage or history, but it's just boring. It's basically just a square, isn't it? A glorified square, and yeah. I predict the race is going to be pretty boring. Pretty boring. I just can't see, apart from that very, very long straight, which is going to have some great overtaking opportunities, hopefully. But apart from that very, very long straight, I can't see many opportunities for people to attack or anything like that. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be just that bit down the Las Vegas Strip that's going to be the only sort of opportunity for cars to pass. I mean, that could be exciting if you're going to get lots of overtakes just going down that. I mean, that straight goes on forever, doesn't it? It really does go on for a long time. So, yeah, that could be exciting. But for the rest of the track, I can't see any sort of excitement whatsoever because it's just a boring squiggle. I don't know who... Did Herman Tilke make the track by any chance? I don't think he did, actually. I haven't heard anything that Herman made that track, so I don't know. Perhaps he didn't. Perhaps he had a day off from making tracks while he's sitting there, you know, in his studio with his computer-aided design, saying, "Now let's put that little corner there. Yeah, that'll do, and let's put another little corner in there." That's what Herman Tilke does all day. Yeah, designs racetracks. What a way to make a living, eh? Fantastic. Which F1 driver do you base your F1 game racing style on, says Hookster makes Dom lose the 2019 Season 5 title. Which F1... Well, it can't be anyone else but Ayrton Senna, can it? It's got to be Senna every single time. I base my racing always on Ayrton Senna. I always remember the famous words of, if you don't go for a gap, you're not a racing driver. And that's me. I go for a gap even if there's not one there. Because if there isn't one there, I'll make one. Yes, because I'll just push you out the way. Yes, that's what I do. Yes, so it's got to be Ayrton Senna. I'm sorry. He was just the greatest for me. You know, I've said many times before in my past streams, and I've also mentioned it in videos, such sadness when he died, and sad for me that I was watching it live on TV as well at the time. So yeah, just very sad time. But yeah, Senna for me is the driver that I based my racing style on, without a doubt. Without a doubt. There's no one else, I think. Who was your childhood celebrity crush? Blimey, so you're talking like 15, 16 years old, because, you know, we've got to keep it within the limits here, haven't we, on YouTube? Childhood celebrity crush. Blimey. Don't forget, of course, you won't know these people because this is going back to the 80s. 1984 is about my age that you're talking about. 1984. As he tries to stick his pen in his ear. Blimey. That's a long time ago, Matt. It's a long time ago. I did have a thing for Carol Vorderman back in the day. Yes. Countdown. Remember Carol? I know she's all old and wrinkly now, but back in the day, she was yes, and yes. Yes. Then unfortunately she left and I moved on to Rachel Riley. Yes, and double yes. But yeah, so I'd say Carol Vorderman back in my child, because she was really my childhood, because, you know, the Countdown was on decades ago. So I'm going to say Carol Vorderman. There you go. Player says he bases it on Nikita Mazepin spin. Yes, that's it. Nikita Mazepin spin. He's my hero. One of the best F1 drivers. Sadly, no longer in the sport anymore. Don't know why. But no, he's not in the sport anymore. I did hear a rumour on the internet that he's tried several times to return to Formula One. He's also tried to sue Formula One, or some of the sort of associates to do with Formula One, you know, for getting unfairly dismissed from F1 in the first place, to try and get back into the sport. But unfortunately, it's all been turned out. And I think I can say without a doubt that Nikita Mazepin will never be returning to Formula One. That's a definite. That's never going to happen. Especially when you start making lawsuits and trying to sue people as well. It doesn't really put a nice tick on your on your CV if you're trying to find future employment, unfortunately. And the fact that he's failed as well. If this had gone through, he would have been okay, and he probably could have come back. But he's failed in his attempts to return to Formula One. So we won't be seeing any more of Nikita Mazepin, not in Formula One anyway. I don't even know what is he doing now. What is he doing? I haven't seen what he's doing, but he's definitely not. I did hear a rumour he was in the WEC, that's the World Endurance Championships or something. I had a rumour he was doing that, but not quite sure. But he'll never be returning to F1, that's for sure. Never. That's never going to happen. Not just for the reasons that he was shit, but for political reasons as well. There is no way he will be returning to Formula One. And the way that the political situation is going, there's no way he's ever going to be returning to F1. So that's it for Nikita Mazepin. Invitation Jeff says, and Suella Braverman is a fascist melt. I agree. I've got to say allegedly because I'm on YouTube and I don't want to get sued by the government. But I agree with you what you say. I was watching Sky News while I was eating some food just before I came on here, and it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Rishi Sunak has got zero spine. I get the impression that he's a bit of a simp, to be honest. If you look at his wife, she definitely seems to be the dominator of the relationship, and he just lets women walk all over him, and that's what he's doing with the Home Secretary right now. He's just not doing anything. I mean, the correct and the right thing to do right now is to sack her. She needs to be sacked for the stuff that she's said and done, not just now, but what she's done in the past. I mean, she lost the job twice in the past because of mistakes. She let those confidential memos get through, didn't she, in Parliament, and they were released to the public or whatever. She was sacked because of that, but then they brought her back again. I don't get this culture of sacking people and then bringing them back because, she'll do. It's all we got at the moment. So, but no, just get rid of her. We don't need that. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Conservative Party is in enough state as it is. We don't need that as well. Just add into it. Just get rid of her. Stroll is like a broken clock. He'll do well in about 2 races each season. That's a very true analogy, Matt. A very true analogy. I like that. And you're right. Yes, that's what they say, isn't it? A broken clock is correct twice a day. And unfortunately, that's a little bit too much for Lance Stroll. But yeah, 2 races each season. Lance Stroll is on it. He is on it. I think it was Canada. Was it Canada, the last race when he was pretty on it? I think it was his home track. But yeah, that's weird about Lance Stroll. Ployal Places says, which clown that has no interest in F1 will be in Vegas? Like Machine Gun Kelly or whatever it was, he showed up last week and didn't even watch all the race. Yes, there's bound to be a lot of clowns at Las Vegas. A lot of clowns, yes. People who, as you say, have no interest in Formula One. They just turn up to get exposure, basically, on the TV, on the big stage, broadcast to God knows how many millions it is. 44 million, isn't it? Or something? I don't know. Something like that, anyway. Worldwide coverage. That's all they do it for. They have zero interest in Formula One. I'm pretty sure Machine Gun Kelly has no clue what F1 even is. No clue. But, it's an event. Lots of people watching. So, yes, let's turn up for it. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the street. Says, hi, David. Well, sir, I saw your tap. Oh, thank you. Yes. Not doing too bad. I got a bit of a blocked up right nostril, but I don't feel ill or anything, so I don't know what that is. But, yeah, that's the only problem I've got at the moment. And, of course, the other problem is the builders are coming back tomorrow, which is going to be epically not fun. But, yes. Imitation Jeff says, with how bad this season has been, I reckon it'll end up somehow being the best race of the season. I just have a gut for it. Yeah, it could well be. I would love to see, now, I know people have had a go at me in the past, but I would love to see a huge crash on the start of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Basically, at the end of the strip, just as you're going to that tight left out, a huge crash. That would be great. No one getting hurt just before anyone says. I'm not into that, but a huge crash. You know, like a Spa 98. Yes, Spa 98 in the rain with... I mean, it's not going to happen, but every single race, I hope it's going to be Spa 98. Is that bad of me? Is that... Let's not forget, okay? That was about £6 million worth of damage in Spa 98, but nobody actually got hurt in that incident because it was pretty low speed. It wasn't a very high speed incident. Nobody really got... I can't remember any reports of anyone getting injured. But that's the kind of thing I love. Yeah, when you get lots of smash-ups. You know, everyone walks away, everything's fine, but the cars are absolutely destroyed. That's what I like. That's because I just sit there and think, yeah, that's going to cost you £4 million, mate. £4 million. Yeah, lovely. Not everyone. I skipped 23. Hopefully they get a new game engine for the next one like the WRC game has. Yes, but as you say that, I've just been reading a lot about the WRC game, and none of it's good, apparently. Yes, it's a bit of a disaster, even on consoles. The problem is stuttering on the game. There is a lot of stuttering, which, as anyone knows who plays a rally game, if you've got stuttering on it, it's very bad news, because rally games, you're adjusting the steering constantly, and so if you get stuttering on the game, that's very bad news. Yes. Now, I actually said in a video on Monday, talking about the decline of F1 gaming, I thought that they were using the Unreal 5 engine for WRC, but in fact they're not. They're using the last generation, the Unreal 4 engine. Yes, which is a bit of a strange decision. Lots of people are saying they should have just used the Ego engine that they used for Dirt Rally 2, which I think I agree with, actually, because the graphics don't look any better than Dirt Rally 2. In fact, in some of these situations, they look worse. So, very strange decision from Codemasters and EA there that they decided to use the Unreal Engine. I was saying that that's what we need for F1, but I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure, because if it's going to end up a stuttering mess... Yes, Digital Foundry is a very good channel on YouTube where they do all the testing for the games, and the man on there, he's got a PC which is basically top of the line. You can't get much better because obviously it's used for testing, so it's a top of the range PC. You know, we're talking like £3,000 worth of PC. He was testing it and he says it skips constantly on the PC version, which is not good news, and he's running it on, as I say, possibly the best PC you can get. So yeah, WRC, very strange decision. I've also heard a lot of people saying that the game's a little bit shallow, even though there's lots of like stuff to do and lots of countries to go to. The actual gameplay and the progression is a little bit shallow. So yeah, the good thing are that the price isn't too bad. It's £44. It's a little bit cheaper than what you usually have to pay for like F1 at £70, sometimes £80, £90 for F1. So it's coming at a cheaper price point. But apparently from launch it was pretty broken. They've just done a patch for it now, which has got a huge amount of improvements. So hopefully it will improve. But yeah, so I've heard not a lot of good things, unfortunately, about the WRC game. And of course, with that, it'll probably mean that it'll be free on PlayStation in about 6 months' time. So you might want to put off from buying it and just wait until it comes for free. On a chat about Vegas. Ah, yes, that's right. I remember that, Scott. Think it'll be like Baku 2017. Could be. Was also thinking of buying a WRC game, but told the game is a mess. Ah, there you go. Plessy, as I've just mentioned there. Yes, I've been hearing that the game is a mess as well. The F1 game's future. Yes, going back to the 1840s for Hookster's Celebrity Crush. 1840s, yes. You still got that old tape of Rachel Riley? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've still got that old tape of Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley's 100% David Crush. Remember F1 2009, all seasons, season 2 in the Renault. Bloody hell, I remember that. I do remember that. Has terminated Marzi Spin's contract, says Will F1 Gaming. He wasn't actually banned. He basically was with the way things went with Russia. Hello, Helium Trophy. Welcome to the stream. The Asian Le Mans series. Oh, that must be what Marzi Spin's in. Thanks for that. I've tried my best to avoid the news, but it's not happening. No, his wife earns more than him, so rightly so. Yes, indeed, indeed. Will F1 says, yeah, but apparently they would have allowed him to compete as a neutral athlete, but with no sponsor, he was always going to be sacked. That's true. Would you spend the week out with Jess Why? Why? Why do you do this to me? Why? Why? Would you spend the week out with Jess McFadden for $5,000? Of course I would. Of course I would. It's 168 hours of your life, isn't it? For $5,000. That's all it is. And there's always duct tape. Don't forget that. Yeah. All the time there's a world with duct tape in it. It's fine. Yes, I'll just duct tape her mouth shut as soon as we meet for 168 hours, pick up my $5,000 and I'm back home again. Yes. Job done. Job done. The Tories are getting more and more fascist. I know the word I can't say, but I know what you're talking about. Fascist by the day. Yes. I know that's not what you're saying, but I know what you're all about. Yes. The Tories are basically the modern day BNP. I agree. More or less. Yes. Very, very bad. Makes Dom lose the 2019 season 5. You might want to add a couple of zeros. Oh, I'd do it for 5,000. I'd do it for 5,000. I'm a simple man. I don't need much money. Fine, I'd do it for. It's 168 hours. You're asleep for 7 of those days for 8 hours. So that brings it down to, I don't know what it is, but it brings it down. So it's not a very long time, is it? 1 week with Jess McFadden. But as I say, all the time there's duct tape in the world. It doesn't matter, does it? Yes. Because that's the only problem with Jess McFadden, and that's her mouth. Yeah. I expect she's absolutely fine as long as she doesn't open her mouth. There you go. Nah, when it's a boring track, I kind of hope for the same thing. Yes, exactly. Spa 1998. I say this for everyone. We always get a Spa 1998 during the All Seasons episodes, every single bloody episode. We do. We do indeed. We do indeed. Yes. And look out for this Sunday's episode because it's very, very special. Very special indeed. Yes. No, there's no special commentary. It's all me again. But yes, the actual video is yes. I'm thinking now I'm going to get some very good scores from Will F1 Gaming for the video. I'm going to get some very good scores. I can see it right now. Yes. Hopefully it'll be like Grid Legend. It'll feel like Grid Legends, which I bought and then went on PS Plus. Yeah, hopefully it will. Lol, Jess McFadden would duct tape you first. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. The one good thing about Las Vegas is that the race is on when I'm asleep. Yeah, that is the one good thing. Yeah, it's on Saturday now as well, isn't it? Saturday. They've changed it from Sunday. First Grand Prix we've had on a Saturday for a very long time, I think. I think it's been decades. Decades and decades and decades. What's the creaking? That's probably my bones. Probably my bones. Or it could be me tapping the pen on the desk. I will stop it right now. Closest. Yeah, there you go. Or you're tapping it. That's what I'm doing. I'm tapping a pen. I apologise. I've got a very nasty habit of doing that. When I'm talking to someone on the phone, I'm doing this with my pen, doodling. I'm a very big doodler. So if I'm talking to someone, trying to sort out the gas bill or whatever, I'm going, oh right, oh really? Yeah, no, I'm not paying that. It's far too expensive. No, I'm doodling away. So yes, right, I will stop that. I apologise. Look, there's the pen. Pen going down. Done. Closer we've gotten to Spa 98 starting the modern era is Spa in 2012. Yes. It'll be Sunday for us at 6 a.m. There you go. Sunday for us. 6 a.m. Saturday for the Americanos. The Americanos. Yes. Is there anyone available to call? I've no idea. I haven't actually tested it, so it might not even be working. How long we've been on? Because I said I wanted to disappear pretty quickly. 50 minutes. Let's have a look. Verstappen's win percentage is the best of all time by far. Crazy consistency, even though I'm not a fan of his. I agree. Verstappen has been epic. Well, I'm just going to try the phone, but as I say, I've not tried it, so it probably won't work. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Should we try the Canadian? Let's try the Canadian. Oh my god, I don't believe it. It's working. Can you believe that? It's bloody working. He's not going to answer though, because he's probably doing some kind of religious devotional service right now, you know. Answer the phone, Canadian. What time is it in Canada? I think it's 5 hours. So it's about 3 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. Ah, he's probably at work, that's why. Baking his cookies. That's not a euphemism. No. Baking his cookies. La 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 la. La 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 la. Onto the phone. Do you know how famous I am? Not at all. Not at all. But answer the phone. He's not going to answer, is he? Canada has let us down again. Canada has let us down again. Right. Who else we got? Let's try this one. It's all gone quiet. What's going on? Let's read the comments out while we're waiting for that. Or Hungary 2021. Also, I should say congratulations on Max Verstappen on winning the inaugural Las Vegas. Yes, indeed. Totally agree with you. Helium Travis says, I see Lance Stroll's sister has her pop career started. Really? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lando will win in Las Vegas. You've heard it here first. I think you could be right. I think you could be right. Spa 2012 was the second race I went to. Phenomenal performance from Roman in the Lotus. Yes. That's how Dave drives, like causing crashes like that. Oh my God. For the first 200 metres. Time for the arse cam. No, it was time for the arse cam, but he didn't turn up. He didn't turn up. From the Jesus simp himself. Yes. Too busy praying for his fictional master. Phone Dave. Yes. Shall I phone myself? Hello. Hello, Dave. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing okay. May end up with Josh at this bloody rate. How do I mute Instagram posts and stories? I'm not quite sure, Matt. Not quite sure, but I know there's an option to do it. In fact, I know from my social media experience, I know there is a way you can actually get rid of Instagram posts and stories so it doesn't appear in your feed at all. You know, when you have like, hang on, because no one's answering. Let me go back to me. To me, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me. No, you know, whereas you got your Instagram and you got like the reels and the posts, like those little circles across the top of your feed, which is everyone's like stories and what have you. You can actually get rid of that altogether so that you don't have any of those. You just have like a normal Instagram feed. I know you can do that. That's in the options. And you can just get rid of the whole of it, so you never see anyone's posts and stories. Yeah, because they are a completely separate part of Instagram. So if you don't want it, you can get rid of it. Because I've done it before in the past because the posts were getting ridiculous. So I just deleted it all and I just get the normal scrolling feed of like people you follow and stuff like that. So it can be done. It's in the settings. You got to go deep into the Instagram settings though to find it, but it is there. Albon top 5 in Vegas. You heard it here first. There you go. Top 5 from Scott. Phone the man who scripts the crawl wall. Williams should be quick in Vegas. Lowell, Jocelyn's last call list, he even said it. Would need luck to get into top 5 though. Yes. Okay. I've been on nearly an hour. I said because I got the builders coming very early in the morning that I'm going to disappear quickly. So I'm going to do what you said because no one else is answering. So once again, he's very, very last. Wait a minute, have I done the... Wait a minute. I haven't done this chat. Let me do this chat. I doubt if anyone will answer in this chat, but let me do this one. Gonna get rid of all the other names. There we go. We'll just call this one quick. Come on, Dave. Insult that bloody Yorkshireman some more. I will try. Oh, no. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Now, there you go. It's fate. It is fate, everyone. Let me get... Oh, no. Wait a minute. That's me. Hang on. No, that's me. That's me because I haven't got rid of my lovely face. Wait a minute, let me try that again. Get rid of all these names now. Again. Sorry, that was me. My mistake. Right, we're ringing the ERL chat now. I don't think anyone's going to answer. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a whirl. No one. Albon's a good driver, but he's not at the level of the top team. 8th best driver at best, to be honest. Come on, get the fat man from Yorkshire on. I'm from Yorkshire as well, so it could be classed as being offensive to Yorkshire people. There you go. Right, okay. This is my final time because I want to leave early because I said about the builders. Got to be up early in the morning, so we will try this, and if not, we will disappear. He's probably not about. He's probably watching those lottery losers or whatever it is. I don't know. Lottery losers. I'll go incognito. Pretend I'm not who I am. There you go. There you go. I tried my best, but he's not there. He's not there. So there you go. Let's put myself back on. As I say, he's probably watching the lottery losers or whatever you want to call them concert. Or maybe he's dressed up as Santa Claus again. Who knows? Who knows? But he's not there on a Thursday night. Unfortunately, this isn't rehearsed, so I don't ring him up in advance. I just do it blind. So it's pretty hit and miss whether anyone's going to call. And unfortunately, this week, no one has answered. No one has answered the call. I think it's disgusting myself. They really need to get their act together. You know, they're never going to get famous at this rate. No, but what can you do? What can you do? So there you go then. Can we have a big quiz for the last Hookster Talks of the year? Yes, we probably can. I don't know when the last Hookster Talks is. Well, it'll be after Abu Dhabi, obviously, and it'll probably be a week after Abu Dhabi. Whenever that is. Or we've got Las Vegas next week, and then is it a week or... Oh, it's going to be wrapped up in November, isn't it, the championship? So it'll be sometime the end of November, possibly the first week in December. We'll have a big quiz. The only problem is trying to find people to answer the questions because it's a little bit difficult at Christmas trying to get people to actually, you know, be in the same chat. So that could be a problem. So maybe we should change that up a little bit. Okay. And maybe I should just ask the questions to everyone in the chat. What do you think about that? Yes? Would you prefer that as our big quiz? Or I just ask you the questions and not other people? Because as I say, it's very difficult to get them all, you know, in one place, especially around about December time. So I think it'd be better if I had a big list of questions and I asked all you lot in the chat for the answers. Now, I know you're going to cheat and look up Google, but there's nothing I can do about that because the people on that last quiz, they could have been doing exactly the same. So, you know, you can't police it. But I don't mind. I don't mind. But well, there you go, Matt. That's an even better one. Yes, let the chat ask the questions. There you go. So you can ask the questions on the quiz. And so I've got to answer them without looking at Google. Lovely. Yes. Yes, go for it, in fact. Go for it. Yes, go for it. Try and get your questions in my era, if you can. I forget a lot of the stuff that happens very recently. Okay? That all just gets wiped from my memory because I'm like, I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. So from 1989 to like sort of, I don't know, last 5 years. Just forget about the last 5 years because as I say, I remember it and then forget it quite quickly. So 1989 up until about 2000 and what should we say? 2015. So put it from 89 to 2015. Ask me the Formula One quizzy questions, and I will see if I can answer them. Yes. I wanted to see Josh fail miserably at every question. True. Very true. But we all want to see that. We all want to see that. But as I say, unfortunately, trying to get hold of these people during, it's going to be like nearly the beginning of December, is going to be difficult. And we can't have a quiz with just Josh in it. That's not, that's not going to work. I mean, I could do it as well, but it's only going to be 2 people. So trying to get like 4 or 5 is pretty difficult, unfortunately. So yeah, we could do it like that. Let the chat ask the questions, and I'll try and I promise I won't look at Google. I will shut all the screens down, and it'll just be me and you and this big brain, which is brimming with Formula One knowledge. Yeah, it's like bits of cheese now coming out the sides. When you get a cheese toasting, you get all those bits of cheese that just start spilling out the side. This is my brain now. It's a Formula One. So it'd probably be good that I can get some of it out. I can get rid of some of it. Pass it on to someone else. Yes. Get rid of all this menage a trois. No, that's a threesome. But you know what I'm talking about. Just get rid of it all. Just because it's too much now. It's too much. I can't retain it. I really can't. I mean, when I get into the old folks home next year, it's going to be ridiculous, isn't it? I'm going to be saying about, oh yeah, did you see Nigel Mansell in 1992? Yes, when he passed Patrese. It's an absolutely fantastic move. And they'll be sitting there watching their daytime TV going, what the fuck's this guy on about? What's he doing, Doris? I don't know. Get back to your knitting. Oh, okay. So it's going to be, I need to get this knowledge out. I need to extract it and pass it on to someone else. Because Josh has an uncanny habit of upsetting people. That's why. Yes, this is true. What about an all seasons quiz? Yes, Scott, that's a good idea. All seasons. Yes. Quiz me on the all seasons, because I guarantee I'll get none of them right, because they're all just a blur to me. Yes, I've made so many, 425 now. I haven't got a clue. But yes, quiz me on the all seasons, because that would be great. Because I'd literally what 2010. I still remember a lot of those episodes. There you go. But all the rest, just a blur. I mean, look, 2004, 2005 Championship Edition. What else? Then it was 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. Half a race on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and now 22. Jesus. That's a lot of F1 games. Matthew says Josh would still win. This is true. Dave will get 1 right maximum. This is also true. Who won F1 2020 Season 2? Bloody hell. Straight away. Absolutely no idea. F1 2020 Season 2. Oh my God. I'm trying to think. Well, it certainly wasn't me, because I never win in Season 2. I think the only all seasons I won in Season 2 was F105, but of course that's a given, because it's a very, very easy game. Very easy game. But yeah, I don't think... Did I do 2009 in 2 seasons, or did I just do 2 seasons and give up? I can't remember, but yeah. Who won the F1 2015 All Seasons Career Mode? Well, that's easy. That was me. That was me in a manner. Yes, in a manner, because that spectacular crash I did into the barrier in Australia, it's the stuff of legend. It really is. I mean, it was... Oh, the way I just ploughed into those cars was just epic. Absolutely epic. It was just a shame. Just a shame that I actually, broke a hangnail on my finger. Otherwise, I'd have been able to do that whole 10 seasons career mode on F1 2015. But the hangnail was broken. The hangnail was broken on my finger. I couldn't operate the paddles properly, and so we just had to move on, unfortunately, to 2016. It was a shame. It really was. I was really looking forward to that next gen career mode 10 season career. It was just, I was so looking forward to it, but injury, unfortunately, it happens, you know. It happens in top flight motorsport. Injury, and I just had to move on. Yeah, had to move on. How many all seasons were legit? Oh 04. 100% legit, because there is no way you can do anything to that game to improve your chances. Don't forget, 0 flashbacks, so you can't flashback. You couldn't restart either. Also, the difficulty on that game is set to insane. So there is no way you can cheat. No. You can't even do it in an edit, because I can't go back and restart because there's no restarts. So F104, all seasons, was 100% legit. Yeah, I couldn't do anything to that apart from cry every time I got dismissed or chucked from a team. But apart from that, yeah, that's 100% legit. F104. You did 2018 and 2019 in two. Did I really? Wow, I didn't know that. Will F1 Gaming. Wow, 2 seasons. Well, that's very strange. I can guarantee you I'll be doing F1 22 in 2 seasons. I've just reached the end of season 3. Yes. And it's definitely going to go to a season 4. And I think it may go to a season 5. But we will see. Season 5 anyway is going to be my cutoff, because I don't want to start going into 6 season championships. So if I go to season 5, that will be the last season, because I just don't believe for entertainment value to go to like past 5 seasons on an F1 game. I've said it in the past. I think 5 seasons is perfect for a career mode anyway. So yeah, we'll finish it on season 5 now. Of course, 22 could be our first ever all seasons fail. Yes, because anyone who's watching the videos will know I'm not doing very well. Not doing very well, especially with the full traction. We will see. It's mostly also my stubbornness to reduce the difficulty level, because it's the same as I've always had it on. So it's a problem. It's a problem. You won 09 in 2 seasons. Wow, did I really? I didn't know. Actually, I thought I did. Yeah, I thought I did. I know I had a lot of problem with 09. Who did you beat to the F1 2019 title? No idea. No idea. I'm going to say Lando Norris, but I know that's wrong. I really haven't got a clue. You know what? Right, my notes on my phone, but to make it easy to Dave, F104 to F1 2010, I will get working on it. Nice one, Scott. Thanks. Yeah. Can you do an F1 1998 all seasons career mode? I can. Well, yes and no. I have attempted that, and unfortunately there's a problem. Anyone who knows F1 97, you can change the names of the drivers. So you could have all different names as drivers, or you can have an updated team roster of like the current F1 teams and drivers in F1 97 if you so desired. So I could change my name to the Hookster and have him drive an all seasons on F1 97 if I wanted to, but of course I didn't, because there's no career mode in F1 97. F1 98, you can also change the names of the drivers, but you can only change the names of your driver. And you can change the names of the other drivers, but unfortunately I noticed that when you save the game and then you return to the game, all the drivers' names have reverted back to their original names again. So you can't. So you can only play as, I could play as the Hookster in the first race of 98 season, I think, which is Australia, and it would have on the screen Hookster, you know, as the driver. But as soon as I then save that game and go to the next race, which I think is Argentina, I'm not quite sure, all the names go back to normal. It's very, very weird. So no, I couldn't play in all seasons. Not as me. I'd have to play it as a driver. So it's not really in all seasons. So unfortunately, no to that answer. And no again because I wouldn't bloody do it anyway. Bloody game. Can you do an F1 2001 all seasons career mode? Unfortunately, going back to that again, I'd have to say no because you can't change the names of the drivers. So I'd have to drive as a driver, so it wouldn't be me, and so it wouldn't be in all seasons. So unfortunately, no. That's why I picked the career modes as the all seasons, so that, because I could change the name of myself to myself. Obviously, that's why I picked it. That's why I picked it as a career mode championship, not as a sort of championship where you just do one season, because I say you can't change the names, and unless you can change the names, it's not really in all seasons. On F104, I was driving for Toyota in season 1 and joined Williams in season 2. Nice one. Try and see how many teams Dave has been in all of the all seasons combined. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. That's a lot of teams. That's going to be a lot of teams. Yeah. Interesting question, buddy. Yes. Are you even close to winning F1 22 all seasons title? No, Matt, I am not. I've just finished, or I'm on the last race of season 3. And I'll let you get a little insight here. I am not in a competitive car, and I'm at the end of season 3. I'm in a half decent car, but it's not one of the front runners. So I'm going to go into season 4 trying to negotiate for some kind of decent car. So yeah, it's not going well for me on F1 22, unfortunately. Bloody hell, that very good one, Mr. Jeff. Just play it as Ricardo Rossi. Yes, I should do. The greatest F1 driver in the history of the world ever. I should just play it as Ricardo Rossi. You're right. You could do it on F1 98. I've done it as myself. Oh, that's interesting, Scott. I've done it, but as soon as I go to the next race, the name changes back to whoever the driver was. It's very weird. Very weird. I haven't worked out why, but it does. So I've got another 2 seasons of watching you at the back in most races. Unfortunately, Matt. Yes. What are we on now? We're on season 2 now, aren't we? Actually, because I do record them way in advance, just in case that something happens, and it's been good that I have because I've got the builders in, so next week I won't be recording any more episodes, so it's good that I've got this huge buffer of episodes built up, so I never get into a situation where I'm just about to start editing and I'm like, oh bugger, I haven't even recorded that episode, because that's horrible. If you're a YouTuber, you never want to be in a situation where the video that you want to edit isn't ready yet, so I always record them well in advance. So I'm just about to finish season 3 tonight, in fact, and we're on season 2, aren't we? Just started season 2. Yeah, so you got season 2, you got the Huss, and then you've got the team that's going to replace the Huss, which I'm not going to reveal who it is, and then you got season 3, and then there'll be 2 more teams in that, and then I'm now at the end of season 3, and I've now got to go to season 4. So I haven't won the championship in season 3, and we're going to go to season 4 and see what happens there. But at the way things are going, I can't see myself winning in season 4. I can say though that in season 3, I'm not at the back all the time. So that's a little consolation for you there. No. Season 2 I am, but season 3, no. But yeah. Brazil is round 2 of 19. Oh, thanks, Will. Brazil, so yeah. As soon as I go to Brazil, the name changes back to normal. It's very weird. Very weird indeed. Very weird. I am playing it on a PS3. I don't know if that makes any difference. I don't know. Probably not. But yes. Or Fernando Alonso. Have a break. You're miles ahead of where you are. Yeah, I should have a break. I'll have a break next week anyway, because I'll say the Bills are in, and I'm not going to record any episodes next week, so you know that give me another week to catch up. But yeah, you are right. I didn't know how long the building work was going to take. I had this vision of in my head that it was going to take months. that was a stupid vision, to be honest, because it doesn't take months. But I had this vision that it was going to take like 2 or 3 months to finish all the work that needed doing. So far, it's taken 3 weeks, and I've got the builders starting again, and I think that's going to take 3 or 4 days to do the roof, and then I've got the inside that's going to take about another 6 days, and then it's all going to be finished in total. So, but I just had this thing that it was going to take, it's going to take like 3 months. So I knew it was happening ages ago, so I just started recording episodes, and I was doing 1 episode a night for like 4 or 5 days of the week, just to get ahead. But you're right, I am so far ahead now that I could easily take a break. What I will do 100% is I will not do any episodes during December. I'm just going to take the whole of December off for making the episodes and come back and start doing them again in January. I think that's the best idea. I'll still carry on doing them at the moment while the builders are here and try and, slot them in. But as soon as I hit December, I'm just going to take that whole December off and not make any of the videos, because I am so far ahead that I really don't need to, rush into them. I reckon you're in Alpine on season 3. Before you go into the save, go to the normal race and type your name in, and then go back to the save championship, then the name should be there. Oh, okay. Thanks, Scott. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. You done a season way back in 2015 on F198 as Jensen Button. I did. Yes, I remember that well. Was it the first race when I had engine failure from the start? I think it was. And you spent the entire thing whining about the game. Yes, I did. F1 2002 in December instead. No! I'm not playing that game. I'm sorry. I refuse. I refuse to play that game. I might do 2001 for Christmas again. You know the one. Fast Blue. I might do that again. Because if I'm not doing the all seasons, I might be able to do that. The thing is, those 1% videos take a very long time to make. Because, unfortunately, there's no save point. You can't save F1 2001. There's no way to save it. So I've got to play the whole 100% race all in one night. And you're talking about 1 hour 40. Okay? As everybody knows, I get vertigo. Okay? So I can't play for very long. So what I do is I do those in 30-minute stages. Then I take like a 30-minute break. But if you work that out for a 1 hour 40 race, we're talking like 4 or 5 hours all in one night before I finished it. That's a long time. I just wish there was a way you could save it, really, because the later games you can save at any point, and those 100% races are pretty easy because I just save it and do like 20 minutes at a time and do it over like 4 or 5 days, so it's brilliant. But yeah, you just can't do it with the early games. Do you like the way you drive on F1 Go? Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. And everybody thinks I'm epic as well, the way I drive, because I get so many lovely comments about my brilliant driving skills. It's just great to see, great to see. So thanks for all the comments, everyone. Yes, great. Absolutely great. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I do. And I'm never going to change. The driving style is my driving style. I attack and that's it. And I defend rigorously as well, as you will know, Matt, because you've spent a lot of time behind me. Yeah, I try not to let anyone pass if I can avoid it. Can you do a career mode on F1 Career Challenge? Possibly. Yes, you are, or we are unsubscribing. Esteban Ocon is Dave Hook. I agree. Why don't you just try higher downfall setups on modern F1 games? Higher downfalls works better for me. I should do. Because the trouble is I've got this mindset of having the wings as low as possible. My wing settings are outrageous. If you look sometimes during the videos, you might see my wing settings on screen, and they're just ridiculous. Not so much in 22 because I didn't need to, because I've got the full traction to help me out. But on like the earlier ones, on F1 2020, I had 3-2 wings on every single track. I never changed it. They were all 3-2 wings. Every track was the same. I run that the downforce levels. I've always run very, very low downforce. The car's like a skateboard on ice. Always has been, but yeah, I've always run very low downforce levels. So yeah, it's quite a problem. And you'll be doing it at Sato because he basically has the same driving style as you, i.e. spent most of his time in the wall. This is true. This is true. Dave should do it as Enrique Bernoldi. Yes, another great F1 driver, of course. Very sadly didn't have as much success as he deserved because he was great. F1 2002, that is. What will happen after the all seasons? I will take a very long rest. Yes, yes. I will retire. That's what I'll do. Scott, I shall retire. No, in all honesty, there's a couple of people that know this, so I will reveal this right now. But when I've done the all seasons, I will be retiring from making career mode videos. I will be back doing odd, silly ones like 100% races, but I will not be returning to a very long career mode like that. I've been doing that for 5 years now. It's coming up to 6 years, so I won't be returning. Doesn't mean I'll be leaving YouTube. I will still be doing live streams. I shall still be doing comments like you've got, and all stuff like that. That won't change. The only thing that will change is I will not be doing the all seasons anymore as a career, and I won't be doing any future sort of career modes. I might do career modes on like the older games, just doing like one season or whatever. I should still be doing that. But as for the all seasons, no, I'm not going to come back and do another 5 years of something like that. That will be the end, and I should be retiring. I should be retiring from career modes because I think I've done my time. I've been doing career modes for a very long time, and even before YouTube, I was doing career modes. So I think that'll be the time to say, yeah, enough is enough. But as I say, the content won't change on here. I'll still be doing these live streams. I'll still be commenting about Formula One, still making the odd videos about the F1 games because I still love them, and there'll still be all the silly things. There just won't be the all seasons with the because that's just not going to do that anymore. It's time. You got to find a point where it's time to retire, and that will be definitely it. But of course, still got a long way to go because we still, they're still coming out every year, and I'm catching up, but very, very slowly. So yeah, still lots of episodes. And of course, the great thing is because I'm so far ahead, I could possibly say to myself, right, I'm going to finish on F1 23, and there'll still be like a year's worth before it actually finishes because they're still coming out on YouTube. So that's a good thing. He'll be dead by then. Quite true. And you, series, what, anything else? Just wondering. I'll do something, but it won't be like a 6-year all seasons career. I'll do something else, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It might be something in a similar style to the 100% races where I sort of go through every single game again, only not as 100%, but sort of like a retrospective history of all the games, from start to finish. I might do something like that. But as for an all seasons career mode, no, that when I finish, that'll be the lot. And don't worry, when I announce I'm finishing, you'll get notification way before I'm going to finish. I'm actually thinking that the 500th episode might be the last one. Doesn't mean that if I'm halfway through a championship that I'm suddenly going to say that's it, 500. No, but I might say at 500 that'll be the cut-off point. I'll say that once I've finished whatever game and season and championship I'm on, that will be the lot. So it might go to 535 episodes, something like that. So I've been thinking that I might do it like that because, as I say, I've been doing this a very long time now. A huge amount of F1 games starting from F104 onwards, and so yeah, I'm reaching the end. But don't worry, there's still loads more videos of the all season to go yet. I'm not even beginning to even think about ending it. But obviously there will be an end point at some point. You're good at race starts, but crap at exiting corners. That's true. Yeah, race starts I've always been good at. I just get that. I just seem to nail the start for some unknown reason. Yeah, that retirement will last about 2 to 3 months at most until he gets bored. You're probably right. I say retirement, but yeah, I probably won't be. I will get bored and I'll come back. You've still got the James May career mode to revive. Yeah, that's true. Now, of course, the one good thing is if I do finally finish the all seasons, the one thing I have said, and I promise I will do this, I'm going to go back into, there's not that many. I'm quite proud of the ones that I haven't finished. So there's not that many. I mean, if you look at some of the big YouTubers, they stop series halfway through all the time and they never continue them. So I'm quite proud that I have managed to get through a lot of series. There's about 4 or 5 that I haven't actually completed. So if I stop the all seasons, I want to go back and finally finish those off. So James May is another one. Unfortunately, with the James May career mode, something happened with the save and it got corrupted. And I didn't want to start it again, so I stopped it where it stopped. I think I only did 5 episodes. So I want to go back and finish that off, James May career mode. And there's about 3 others I think that I haven't finished. Carmen Julda, yes, the Carmen Julda, I want to finish that off. So once I stop the all seasons, I finally want to get those finished and say, look, all these on my channel start and actually finish. That's what I want to do. I don't blame you retiring career modes. They are the damnedest thing every year. I only play F1 23 when I'm with the guys these last few months. Yeah. I mean, at the moment, I still love recording the videos. I still love editing and making the videos. So there is no point at the moment where I'm going to say, right, that's it, I'm going to stop. As soon as that, I mean, even during all this work that's been going on, it's been a right pain to try and do these videos, to try and make them at the same time. Even through those times, I haven't once sat at my PC here and gone, oh God, I really can't be bothered to make this. It's been a struggle, but I've still never thought that. But I can see, yeah, in the future, I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to say, I'm just not enjoying it anymore. And that will be the time to hang it up, as I say. A lot of you probably don't realise I've been playing computer games for 40 years now, 40 years. It's 40 years this year, 2023. That's a very long time. Of course, when I first started playing, the graphics were like little blobs on the screen. And it is a very long time to be playing computer games. I'm not going to stop. I think I'll probably be playing computer games in another 20 years. If I'm still around then, I'll still be playing in 20 years. I won't be any good at them, but I'll still be playing them in 20 years. But I've already had 40 years of playing them. And so, that's a very long time. That James May career, yes, it does will, and it will be. As soon as I've stopped the all seasons, I'm going to go in and finish everything. I've still got half a season of Carmen Jordan on my PC. I hope my hard drive doesn't go on my PC because it's the only copies I've got. Actually, I'm a little bit worried. I should transfer those off onto another computer. So I've got 2 copies because they're the only copies I've got of the Carmen Jordan. I've got half a season still to go. So yeah, I want to finish that off. Not on the Sony F1 2000 game though. No, I know, yes, the EA one. What game will you end the all seasons on? I'm not quite sure. I wanted to end it on F1 23, but I want to see what F1 24 looks like. Because if they do get rid of the support for the last gen and it's all next gen, it could work out to be a pretty decent. I basically just want to finish on a very decent F1 game. F1 23 is good, but I'm talking about a very decent one and say, right, this is the one that I like. It suits my driving style and I'm pretty decent at it. So this is the one I want to finish on. So I definitely want to look at 24. I am definitely going to do an all seasons on 23. In fact, I can't wait to start on that because I am enjoying the handling. So yeah, but I will just want to see 24, see what it's like. And so if it is a great one, I can then say next year and say, right, F1 2024 will be the last all seasons. So we will see. When are you going to finish the comment? Yeah, yes, I've got to finish that. I know. Yeah, you got to finish. Yes, we know. Thanks for that. Carmen Jordan. Imagine Dom commentating on the Carmen Jordan career mode. Oh my God, that would be funny, wouldn't it? That would be funny. If you end it at 520 episodes, You'll finish the all seasons late 2025. Bloody hell. Really will. And congratulations for you working it out, because I would never have done. That's far too much math for me. Late 2025. Blimey. 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 I should probably do that then. I should probably call it a day at 500. Yes, probably call it a day at 500. As I say, if I'm halfway through a championship, like a season 2, obviously I'm going to go until the end and try and win the challenge. I'm not going to say at 500, that's it, I'm off, goodbye, because that wouldn't be fair to you, the viewer. And I can imagine the hate comments, and rightly so as well, because I would as well. I'd be going, what are you doing, you chump? I've been sitting here for 500 episodes, you're not even going to finish it. So yeah, I'd finish whatever series I was on. But I think 500 is probably the end point, and a good end point as well, because that's a lot of episodes. Maybe James may attempt to do the F1 2004 career mode. He's shit slow in real life, so it would suit him. Oh, God. Yes. Imagine Josh commentating on the... Yeah, I can imagine that as well. Josh would replace Carmen Jordan with the lottery winners. He would indeed. I quite agree. The lottery losers. End like a certain person who ended as a champion. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know you're talking about. Yes, I know you're talking about. There will be no retirement for the Hookster. Like Massa in a courtroom. Hookster still has a decade minimum left in the tank. You could be right there, Matt. You could be right. You could be right. I'm up to F1 2011 on the all seasons catch up. Oh, you guys, crazy. I get so many comments, people going back and they're watching the old ones, or watching it from start to finish. I'm like, seriously, dudes, seriously, really? That's great to see, great to see. And very good views on that playlist as well, the all seasons playlist. I think it's up to about 70,000 views or something. It's approaching the 100,000, which is great for a playlist when you consider that, you know, people can watch them individually, but they're actually watching them off the playlist, which is like a separate amount of views. It's great to see, great to see. And so yeah, I say it's approaching 100,000 views. That would be great to see 100,000, especially for this tiny little channel. It would be great to see 100,000 views on the all seasons. Of course, if I drop off the twig next week, I'm sure it'll probably end up with 1 million views, because that's always what happens. As soon as you die, the views shoot up into the stratosphere. Yes. So there you go. But yeah, that would be great to see. No retirement for the Hookster. I like that. I like that. So there's a decade minimum left in the tank. Wowzers. So that's 54. 64. When I'm 64. If I could just bring out another F1 2020, I think I'll be, you know, because I don't think the form has dropped, to be honest. I mean, it has in the league races, but that's because I can't get the grips with the handling. My performance is still the same. Let's put it that way. I've gone round the circuits and my track times are almost identical to what they were like years ago. So I don't think it's me. I don't think it's me. Nothing will beat first blue, give way to the car behind when you can. This is true. Enjoy Hungary in 8 weeks' time. Yes. They've been talking about that on the ERL chat on Facebook, Matt. Unbelievable. But yes, thanks for the recommendation. Love it. Love Hungary, I do. Absolutely love it. It's weird because on one of the F1, I think it was F1 97, Hungary was really good for me. But ever since then, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Anyway, it's 22:27, everyone. And I've got the builders coming tomorrow bright and early at probably 7:30 in the morning. So I need to get some sleeps. So thanks so much to everyone in the chat tonight for joining me, for Matthew to Imitation Jeff to Scott Barnes to Will F1 Gaming. To Lionel Plessy. So I wasn't pausing, I was reading the chat. To Helium Trophy, of course, as well. I think that's everybody. Imitation Jeff, did I say Imitation? I might have done. Oh, and Hooksters makes Dom lose the 2019 Season 5 title. Yes, I think that's everyone. Let's go to the top. Yes, there you go. So there you go, everyone. Thanks everyone for joining me tonight on another Hookster Talks. I wasn't going to do one, but I thought I'll just come on because there wasn't much to talk about, to be honest. Dave will still end up doing an F1 2033, probably. Still better than Yin Yang Don't Give a Damn in Korea. That's true. Yin Yang Ding Yang Don't Give a Damn. That's the one. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. No Grand Prix, of course, no Las Vegas this weekend because it's next weekend. I'll be watching round 3 of the F1 98 Championship on Sunday instead. Yes, very, very exciting. David Coulthard and Mika Hakkinen. Oh my God, in those mighty McLarens. Absolutely superb stuff. I shall be watching that on my DVD disc of the race, which I recorded back in 1998. Yes, and so thanks everyone. I shall now get some sleep before the builders turn up in the morning. Unfortunately, from this point onwards now, there will be disruption to videos. All seasons, as I said, is all done for Sunday. And please watch that because it's quite a good episode. All done for Sunday, so no problem there. It'll just be next week and the week after. There might be some disruptions. You probably won't see me much making videos, so I apologise for that. I did actually hate catching up with the videos. Like doing 2 all seasons in a week was bloody insane, and unfortunately, because it had fallen out of the algorithm, meaning that the all seasons on a Thursday, it didn't get very many views because obviously it had fallen out of the YouTube algorithm, unfortunately. So I would prefer to see if I can keep them on Sundays. So anyway, we will play it by ear. Hopefully we're all right for Sunday, we're all right for this week. Next week is another week. We'll sort it out next week. And thanks so much for watching, everyone. Dave will still be doing the F1 99 stunt park track when he's 85. This is true. Ah, you little bastards. I'm going to win this if it bloody kills me. Oh, I've won it. Hungary. Has Hungary been added to the Yes, it has, Will. It has. Ready for the Bills to destroy each other again tomorrow. Yes, indeed. They are. The scaffold is going up in the morning, and then I don't know if the Bills are going to start tomorrow because obviously it's a Friday, and I don't think they're going to leave the roof exposed to the elements for 2 days because they don't work at the weekends. So I don't think that's going to. I think it's just going to be the scaffolding. So the scaffolding is going to go up tomorrow, and the builders will be back on Monday, banging away like Billy-O, like they have been before. I don't mind too much the outside because I don't actually see the builders and they don't hold me up too much. I can still make the videos, I just can't do the commentary because there's lots of banging in the background, unfortunately. So that's not too bad. It's when they come in and do the inside work, which they'll be doing as soon as the building work's finished again. That's when I can't do anything because I've got people here actually inside the house and I can't sit here shouting into a microphone because they'll think this guy is off his nut. He's off his nut. Well, a lot of them thought I was anyway, but yeah, so I can't do it. So that's when the most disruption is and I can't really make the videos. So yeah, anyway, we will play it by ear. I'm off now to have some dinner and to go to sleep before the builders turn up in the morning because they'll be banging on the door. So thanks everyone tonight. Yes, thanks to everyone tonight for joining me for another Hookster Talks. Enjoy the weekend without Formula One. Yes, enjoy the weekend. Go and watch something else. Maybe an old race like I'm going to do, because that's what I always do during the off season. Watch an old race, and then we will. I don't know whether I'll be back next Thursday, unfortunately, due to the disruption. I may be, I may not be, so whatever. But I shall be back at some point. Don't forget, if you know, videos and whatever. But it'll be sporadic. It'll be mixed, like it was a couple of weeks ago while the builders were actually here. And then unfortunately I ended up getting sick for a week as well, which wasn't good. But, you know, that's the builder's fault, bringing in their filthy outside germs. They're filthy outside germs. I haven't been sick for about 2 decades, and then the builders, that's it. And unbelievable. So when they turn up in a week's time, I should be wearing this all the time. I'll say no, because you keep bringing in your filthy outside germs. Leave me alone. Yes. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to disappear. Thanks, everyone, for me and Mr. TB Bear. If I don't see you next week for Hookster Talks, I will see you at some point in the future. We will get to talk about Las Vegas at some point. It might not be straight after the race on that Monday. It all depends. I don't know what's going on. Builders are builders, and their schedule is, I don't know what their schedule is, so I just have to try and fit things in. But we will talk about Las Vegas because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a nightmare, an absolute frigging nightmare, and I think it needs to be talked about. So yes, so from me and Mr. DB the Bear, I was going to say thank you, awesome as always. Thanks as always for the support, and normal service will be resumed as soon as possible. Thanks everyone, and good night.